Ted Jones messed with the wrong melon farmers.
Ted Jones, I also call him the eighth wonder of the real estate world.
Ted Jones, who knows, it could be.
Ted Jones?
The Ted Jones World Podcast.
Hello and welcome to the 30th episode of the Ted Jones World Podcast. I am your host here in an unusual setting. My name is Ted Jones, and we have the producer, Pat Charmel, joined in an unusual setting as well. What's up, man? How are you?
What's up, man? It's trying to survive out here.
Yeah, dude. So if you listened to us the last episode, we had said that we were going to be quarantining, as they say, and we have. What day is this for you and I personally? 11, 12?
Something like that, yeah. I don't really know.
I am actually at my father's house right now in Long Island. Pat, where are you at?
I'm still in the Mecca, man. I'm still in New York City.
You're still in the city?
Holding it down.
Like, avoiding going home at all costs or what?
What's that?
Are you avoiding going home or what? Wouldn't that be more comfortable for you, you think?
I just I don't know. I don't want to, if I already have it, who knows if I've already been exposed to it. I don't want to go home and give it to my parents.
Right.
And yeah, so I don't know.
But besides that, how's your pops doing? Because I mean, he's in the hospital like all the time now.
Yeah, he's good. He's just out there. He's trying to buy masks, finding places to buy a bunch of masks. And
so are there certain like masks like that you have to fully buy, like that only work or that work?
N95 masks.
Better than the other? What?
Yeah, N95 masks are the ones that block the most particulate, but they're hard to find. He was saying he found some manufacturer. They're trying to. He said that they're going through 13,000 a day. Some hospitals in his network.
Jeez. And the epicenter of it apparently is Elmhurst, Queens, which is like definitely not far from Manhattan.
Yeah.
It's been pretty prevalent in the Northeast compared to like how many cases there are throughout the country. I've been thinking, obviously in quarantine a ton, and I'm just like, why didn't they close down, or not close down, but basically shut down society for a number? Why didn't they shut society down for a number of weeks in the past, like for other viruses like Ebola or SARS or other stuff like that?
I don't know. I guess it wasn't as contagious.
Well, it wasn't as contagious.
Yeah, it wasn't as widespread. Not as many people were getting it. I guess it was more contained. I don't know for sure, but yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it just seems like that we're taking such drastic measures, and for the most part, there's not really an end in sight. And the LA mayor actually was saying like this, it will fully be like this for the next 2 months at least. So just in terms of like, I mean, that's the most serious I've heard from anyone who's like a really high power. Like obviously, Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York, is coming on the TV like every day and giving us a briefing and such. And he seems to think that it's very serious. They just closed down schools for until April 15th in New York City at least. So
what would be the point in even going back at that point? Like
what do you mean in terms of like kids
school?
Going back to school?
Like you already missed 2 months of school. What are they gonna go back to school to them and just go back to school until August?
Yeah, I mean you miss out on a month theoretically.
Yeah,
a month of school. So I think that it would also just be important to get the kids out of the parents' hair who already some people don't even have jobs, dude. Some people haven't gotten this stimulus package money. I mean, if this is really even going to fully help people.
It just got blocked. It hasn't passed yet.
Yeah. So, I mean, still the Democrats and Republicans are arguing about, what's going to really be passed through. And ultimately, the Democrats not wanting all these corporations to be bailed out. But then again, the Republican side is siding with the, big companies because like they're the ones that are feeding us and such.
And they pay no taxes.
Costco, whatever. Yeah, dude. I mean, Amazon. It's definitely a slippery slope, but like a $2 trillion stimulus package and preparing to give people $1,200 each, and not even all people $1,200. It's just like you never know really where the money's going, man. I feel like things need to be more transparent, as always, as we always say here on the show, Pat. We are very transparent guys, but it's just
course.
like we just need to really understand where the hell our money's going, and especially since we are in a pandemic situation like we are, it just seems like other countries have been able to handle this a lot better, a lot cleaner than we have, man.
Yeah, well, I think the problem also was China was not being totally honest about their numbers early on. So
Okay.
the other countries didn't react accordingly because they were bullshitting their numbers about how many people were dying and how many people were getting it, which in turn made other countries not react as quickly and take the most safe measures to try and prevent it because they didn't think it was that bad in China, which now it's coming out that it probably was really bad and that China was trying to cover it up. So that kind of screwed everyone.
Right. Well, Trump, I mean, if you just look at like the interviews since like, I guess like the beginning of February, just how it's not a big deal, big deal, not a big deal, not a big deal. Okay, it is a big deal. I've been telling you it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Like a lack of transparency, yeah, from everyone, and just like world leaders in general. I think that
Now
we
Boris
could have
Johnson
had a
has
lot
it.
more under control. I mean, just the longer that we go outside and keep doing our normal activities throughout this time, it's just the longer we're going to have to be in isolation down the road, and that's just like a crazy thing to think about. I
Yeah.
also remember seeing in China, dude, like people building a hospital. What was it like in 12 days?
Yeah.
And what happened? I mean, we haven't done any of that.
But then they're like
We're
collapsing.
like,
One of them
they are.
collapsed. Yeah, one of them collapsed and killed a bunch of people.
Anyway, it's good initiative to start
Yeah.
building buildings. Like I mean, we haven't even really gotten there yet. We still need more ventilators because like that's an issue at hospitals. Like we're not even equipped for the ventilation situation like here, man.
Yeah. It's scary that
So yeah, Trump is obviously to blame, but like not that much. I would just give him a little bit of blame.
I don't know if it's fully fair to say that, but
Right. Something that is really affecting a ton of people and money and such, dude. Stocks are down fully. The other day it was down the lowest as it was since December of 2016. So since Trump has been president. So, dude, what have you been doing during this quarantine? Anything fun or what, bro?
no, man. I go around. I take a walk around the block a few times. I go to Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. That's about it.
How crazy is that? Like during
Nothing.
Trader
I went to Trader Joe's last week and it was like fully stocked and there was no one in there. But it was also that day that was like rainy and snowy though.
What kind of stuff do you get when you go there? I mean, what kind of stuff do you get?
Just normal groceries that I always get. I know I haven't
But eggs and like the toilet paper aren't sold out. I feel like those are the things that go
No, it was
super fast.
It was fully stocked there. When I went 2 weeks ago, it was nuts. There was a line out the door to get in, and they didn't have any frozen food, but now they have everything.
It's also just so different, like being in the suburbs as like compared to the city, how much more you walk. Like
Yeah.
being in the suburbs when like, they say like isolation, like, dude, I mean, besides going out in your backyard and getting like 500 steps in, maybe like what is like the activity you can fully do in the suburbs? Like, yeah, I guess you can go on a nice nature walk and stuff, but you like kind of have to drive there or whatever it is. In the city, you can just like walk around the park, walk around your block a few times or like stuff like that. It's just like so different,
Yeah, well, there's still a lot of people out walking around and stuff, but I think people are now getting scared because I think the younger people in their 20s to like early 40s, weren't taking it that seriously. But now you're seeing reports of like people in their late 20s and early 30s, like on ventilators with double pneumoniya and like not doing well. So now I think people are starting
definitely.
to like,
Yeah. I think within like the last week or so, like people have started to get more serious about it. Like we saw like reports in Florida, people are still on spring break.
yeah,
Still not really caring. So I think that like that in terms of, I mean, Florida's numbers haven't been that crazy yet, like compared to New York or something. But I would think that Florida this week, man, may get hit pretty hard with like just from like that nonsense. But then again, it's spring break, so those kids are traveling from West Virginia University down to Florida for spring break or whatever college that they go to or had gone to.
Well, I think the warmer states aren't going to get it as bad anyway, just because they're saying it doesn't survive on surfaces in warm weather.
And I also saw that entries into college, like for September, are going to be like the kids are going to get into better schools that they had previously thought potentially, because like colleges are so nervous about what the hell they're going to do, and they're going to probably accept as many kids as they can.
Really?
Like it's yeah, I mean that's what I've read, which does make sense. Like colleges obviously worried about how they're going to fill kids in those classrooms, and maybe kids theoretically will start taking classes online instead of going into college. And it's just like going into college classrooms, it's just like such a different thought. My dad actually works in real estate and has a big office, and he's thinking like, do I really need this big of an office like for these expenses? Like I see that we can do so much from home, yada yada, answer emails, have the entire network, like have your computer that you have at the office
at home,
laptop version. So it's just like you have your Excel spreadsheets, you have your rent management and your rent tools and whatever it is, tenant information, all in one space. So it's just like, why do you need X amount of square feet for all these desks when people just doing that and they can do it remotely? I think that's going to have a huge effect on like the office market just in general. You know how they're shooting up these office tower buildings, and like in Hudson Yards, for example, like crazy amount of office space. Like besides people like Facebook and Spotify, like how many people are going to be taking 500,000 square feet? And now all the people at Facebook and Google are working from home, and they're seeing like, okay, we can do this pretty easily from home. We're still getting paid $250,000. Like, we don't need to go into the office. Whatever.
They cut their overhead in half by just having everyone work from home.
Yeah, dude. Especially companies like that. It's crazy. And you'll see like where this extra money in a case like this needs to go. It needs to go to the employees. You don't need to furlough, half of your workers. Meaning like, fire them or whatever the case may be. This time where like companies shouldn't be firing a large majority of their staff or a large or just any part of their staff. But like money, I think in the future will be allocated differently for sure. And like companies like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely possible to work from home for most jobs. So I think I said it on a couple episodes ago where I think a lot of companies are going to realize that you can do that and just start having people work from home. I don't know.
So have you spoken to your landlord at all? What's happening with your April 1st rent bill, which is coming up here very soon?
Oh, yeah. So I talked to them, and so my lease ends on Tuesday. So I emailed them and I was like, can I...
Wait, Tuesday? What day is that? Since we're not recorded live.
March 31st. March 31st.
Right.
So I emailed them. I was like, hey, can I sign on for another month? Like I can't really move out. Like moving companies aren't working. Like I don't have anywhere to go. I was offering to pay them rent. It's not like most people are just going to not pay rent because of the eviction.
100%.
So I was like, can I stay from and she, the like liaison woman or whatever, the front desk lady at the landlord said that she's like, okay, I'll talk to the owners and ask them and I'll get back to you. And then she emails me like 4 days later. And it's like, the owners would like to, for you to sign a month-to-month lease for the new rent amount. And like, they upped it $75, dude. I was so pissed.
You pay it, dude. Do not pay that.
I'm not going to. First of all, it's not about the money. $75 is whatever, but it's the principle.
Bro, no, absolutely, bro. First of all, there's a pandemic.
There's a global pandemic. I'm doing you a favor by not giving you a vacant apartment that you probably won't be able to fill for at least 3 months, and you want to like shake me down for $75.
And then 3 is generous, and then if they have to use a broker fee, like it's just such a dumb move to ask that. You just be like, I mean, like, even if you probably don't even need to flex on them, but just be like,
I want to so bad.
Dude, so then just say, I'm going to be going to my parents' house, actually, like, for me to spend this much when I don't even know the situation, yada, yada. Just say that.
No, because I had one, but I'm just going to be nice. I'm going to be like, hey, times are clearly tough, as you know. Like, I'm absolutely willing to pay the rent that I'm paying now, but that's what I'm going to be paying.
Yeah, too. Okay, well that's good too. But I mean, like, just
Yeah.
saying that you're going to go to your parents' house is also just like a valid, I guess, a valid thing. But dude, so I'm actually staying in a house right now. It's my dad's house here in Long Island. I'm staying with my mom and my dad and my sister. My other sister just went back to the city. She enjoys her apartment still, but she's quarantining there, and she's like coming back and forth theoretically as we're all quarantining here.
Yeah.
But my divorced parents are under the same roof right now, man. Weird dynamic, but it's fine. It's cool. They're great friends. You know, obviously staying in separate rooms, whatever, yada yada. We all have our own space, so it's fine. But it's definitely like an old school vibe for sure.
Where you've been chilling downstairs, or where?
Yeah. So I have like this. I have this little basement situation that's all mine, which is fresh. Obviously, people come down here or whatever, but
you've been hitting balls or what?
Yeah, dude. I've been hitting some tennis balls out here with my whole family, man. So I would like to get some competition going if I could. But dude, I mean, like, who am I gonna bring over here? I had a nature walk the other day with your boy Giulio Gallerati.
I saw that.
Episode 7.
How did that go?
That was nice. It was, dude. It was fun. It was good to get out and actually like talk to someone other than my family in person.
Did you see any wildlife?
Yeah, dude. It was scary because they had some dogs off of leashes in the you're not supposed to. Like, one looked like a big wolf. I guess it was like a husky mix, but also we got lost, dude, which was scary for a little bit because it was like getting dark and our cell phone service was iffy, so we like had to just keep following the dot on G's phone. But that was cool. So got out for a couple of hours the other day. But yeah, dude, tennis a little bit. I want to go to the beach probably eventually.
Yeah,
a little chilly there, but yeah, man. We'll I mean, we'll see if there's really anything else to do. I mean, I guess I can start reading books again, but I haven't read a book since like Frindle.
Nah, books are trash.
Like, finished a book fully.
Nah, man, I'm all just facing my phone, man. I just want the internet to ruin my brain more than it has.
Dude,
books.
You just want that virus to eat up that brain, Dave.
Yeah, dude.
So we could talk about sports, but there's nothing going on in sports besides your boy Tom Brady going to the Bucks, deciding to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you think about that, man? After like 19 seasons in,
I was saying he was gonna leave. I was like trying to go back into my text message to all my Patriot friends, and I was like, dude, he's gonna leave. They're like, no, he's not. He'll never leave. I'm like, okay.
Did you say a team though? For you to say he's gonna leave is like, eh. But then again, I didn't think he was gonna leave.
Yeah, I thought he was for sure. But
Tampa Bay, kind of random, dude. Apparently, his son from his first wife wanted him to like go to the Buccaneers, which is a random ass team to like.
He has a son from his first wife.
Huh?
He has his son from his first wife.
Yeah, man. Oh, dude, he left his first wife when.
Yeah, I think I did know that.
When he was pregnant with he left his first wife he left his first pregnant wife for Giselle.
Yeah.
Which is, you know.
Oh, nice.
I mean, whatever, man. Do you? So, dude, do you have any Netflix recommendations? Amazon, Hulu?
No, everyone's talking about this Tiger King thing, but I haven't watched. I haven't watched it yet. I watched the trailer.
Bro, dude. Okay, so I'll just say like the first thing that the guy says in it, so I won't spoil anything.
Yeah.
Watch it, whatever. I fully recommend it.
Yeah.
The guy was like, when I started filming this documentary 5 years ago, I had no idea what I was getting into. Like, and that's verbatim, like
the documentor, you mean? Said that?
Yes.
Yeah.
The guy who made the film. He was like, I had no idea that this would consume 5 years of my life. And
that's wild.
It's insane, dude. And like perfect timing, because like,
yeah,
it's such a binge show that like, dude, it took me under 48 hours to finish all of it. Like hour episodes each, like 7 episodes. So it was definitely attentive.
It just sucks. It's such a nice day out right now, and I can't just like, I mean, I can go outside, but I can't like hang out with friends
It
or like
is,
whatever.
it is super sunny. What do you think about going on runs? Are you? I've spoken to you about this. You're kind of a runner-ish.
No, I don't run. I don't think
No,
I've ever
but I mean,
run. No,
like this is this is a time to go out and do it.
I'm a
especially
walker. I like to walk. I'll
Yeah,
walk.
yeah, yeah.
I'll go walk to like Washington Square Park, walk around, and then come back. I think
Nice.
that's fine as long as you stay. Like, I don't understand. Like, people are getting it, but is it just? It's not just like in the air. It's not like I don't understand. Like,
That I'm a little bit confused about, but I haven't heard anyone that's kind of close to me
yeah,
get it like within the last 5 days. Like I had heard that someone from my office like a while ago was not feeling that great. You
yeah.
know, but, besides that, like I haven't heard anything like recently, and I had heard that this coming week is when it's going to get bad.
Didn't your buddy have it, or you went and dropped
I
him
mean,
off food?
that's what I've heard. What?
Didn't your buddy have it? Didn't you drop him off food, or he didn't have it? And his girlfriend.
Yes. My buddy actually did, I believe, have it. I got him like a number of groceries last week, and him and his girlfriend are in quarantine together out here. And,
Wait, did they get tested or
he
no?
had it. I mean, no, they didn't. So that's why we don't fully know. But she had. I mean, thank God they were already out here alone. Came out here alone like a little bit over 2 weeks ago, and she woke up with a fever, dry throat, stomach ache, and he had gotten it like 2 days later. So we assumed that they had it, and I went to the grocery store, dropped off some groceries, very nice of me, and I had
Pat yourself on the back.
I looped back to the city to get my sister, and so I picked up his screen monitor because he was doing some work.
Yeah. What a guy.
I didn't go inside the house. So it was a little bit weird to like actually not go in and just my boy like through glass. He was like full bubble boy. But dude, I guess like that's kind of what we have to do. We got to take this thing seriously.
Yeah.
Apparently. That's what I mean, that's what our government is
Well,
telling
my
us.
mom was saying she was sick 3 or 4 weeks ago, and she lost her taste and smell, and had a dry cough.
That's a big sensor, was like the
Yeah.
taste and smell, right?
So now they're trying to develop like these like not antibodies, or they're trying to figure out. They're trying to identify the antibodies and test the antibodies to see if you already had it or not.
So what does that mean? How do you test antibodies?
They're like when you have the flu, you develop antibodies for the flu, so you don't get it again that season. So they can test. They're trying to test the antibodies to see if you already had, like, test the antibodies in your system to see if you had it or not. But now they're saying you might be able.
You can't get it again or no?
Now, well, now they're saying. I heard reports that people were going in testing positive, and then going back 2 weeks later testing negative, and then they got it again, and they were testing negative again. So it's either that they're getting it again, or the tests were wrong the second time they got tested.
I'm saying that even if you test negative on the test, you can still have it, which I see. So it's just like, all right, it's just like as if things weren't confusing enough before Corona, and now people have to deal with this unemployment shit, and people have to deal with, okay, how much money am I going to get from the government? Do I pay rent? Do I eat? Which one do I choose? That's also something that's got to get cleared up.
Yeah.
I mean, what's going to happen with? I mean, there's three prongs to this. First of all, it's the tenants that need to pay rent to the landlords who have to pay their mortgages. So, I mean, maybe it starts at the top, where they don't have to pay mortgages and payments, and then I really don't know.
Well, it's a domino effect because people think they're trying to. There's this like Twitter hashtag where it's like cancel rent, or like. It's like, dude, you can't just not pay them, then they can't pay the bank, then the bank can't pay their investors. Like, you can't, Yeah. It doesn't just work like that.
That's just going to be an interesting dynamic. I saw that like Dax Shepard, I guess he owns a building with his wife, and said they canceled rent payments for April. Dax Shepard is just like, I don't know, some actor. So I guess no, don't worry. You don't have to pay rent for April. But a lot of landlords can't afford to do that. To just tell a number of tenants in their building that they can't pay rent, because obviously when they're telling their tenants don't worry about paying rent, they're paying the mortgage payment out of their pocket. So for somebody that has 1 or 2 or 3 buildings, or even if they have 50 buildings, I mean, it's building by building.
Right.
So it's just going to be interesting. April is going to be a weird month for that, man, because like starting, what was it? I mean, like starting after March 20th, on Friday, March 20th, like people were told to stop coming to work on that Monday, this past Monday on the 23rd or whatever. People were definitely told to stop coming to work, at least, if not before that.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. People getting laid off, feel bad for. I also feel terribly for the people who have to be dealing with their kids 24 hours a day in a small apartment in New York, man.
Yeah.
That'd be tough. And feeding them. Thankfully, the public school systems in a number of locations give free lunch. And I think that they started giving 3 meals a day, maybe 2, 3 meals a day to the students. But, you can swing by there and just get lunch whenever your kid's hungry, which is very nice. But the no job.
Use the free. You saw the thing on my story, the free Subway swipes.
Oh wait! I did see the thing. What? Remind me again. What was it?
It's old. It's this guy who's a rapper who made a rap song. It was from like 2 years ago, but he just started putting signs up again. He made like a rap song, like a music video, and the rap is about how you can like bend the corner of your MTA card to get a free swipe into the subway. And he has like signs posted all around Soho saying like, go look at my Instagram to see how you can get a free swipe. It's
oh my God, that's so hilarious. Wait, can we actually find that right now?
Yeah, you could go on there was a clip on New York One like 2 years ago where they're talking about it.
Oh, so I have to search all the way for New York One 2 years ago?
Or you can just type I think
let's
it's on his Instagram.
Let's search this guy in the Safari so we can actually help people out here.
It's on his Instagram. Hold on.
This is a great little setup, man.
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta find
recording going, good sound, yada yada.
Right, Instagram.com.
Bro. Also, as we're live, the passage of the $2 trillion coronavirus relief bill just passed.
Oh, it passed. Okay, good.
Yes. So this is going to get confusing as F, as if we didn't even know how to do taxes before the coronavirus and this and that. Prepared to have another thing on your plate, ladies and gentlemen, American citizens. What is it? Sorry, what were you saying about this guy? Go ahead.
Oh, his Instagram is the Blue Hundreds, where he has the clip. Hold on, my phone's about to die. Let's see if I can get it.
The Blue Hundreds.
Hold on.
Hundreds are the new hundreds are blue. So like all the rappers are saying too. Get those blue hundreds.
Blue face hundreds.
Blue face hundreds.
Oh, here it is.
Song circulating on social media is offering strap hangers a tip on how to beat the subway fare.
The race has got you feeling like a UFO. It's so expensive when you travel to and fro. I got me a trick, but more like a glitch. Like endless trips. Let me tell you this. Did you find it?
This video is from a rapper calling himself the Blue Hundred.
He basically just like in the videos, it's just him like bending his card and swiping. It's hilarious.
Gotta check that out. Blue
He's a vigilante, man. He's like our Batman right now.
Dude, have you been taking the subway at all recently?
No, I haven't taken the subway since the last time I came to your apartment.
Oh, interesting. I wonder how crowded it is under there. I mean, just from videos and stuff I've seen from Instagram accounts.
It's not crowded.
It seems just very dreary, which is good. I mean, hopefully everyone is fully inside unless you're taking trips to essential stores, which in California is
weed stores.
Yeah, weed stores too.
Yeah,
which is
well, tell you liquor stores here.
Well, I guess wherever it's legal, it's essential, which is a nice thought. People need their red wine and such. People need their white fix.
I've been killing red wine. I've been getting a bottle of red wine like every 2 days.
Yeah, dude, my entire family just loves red wine. I don't really like wine that much. I was never a big wine guy until now. I'm like, whatever, I might as well. It's like the healthiest thing to drink out of all the alcohol. So right, I have heard that. That is interesting. No, but I've constantly heard that red wine is good for your heart. Pat, so what else is going on, man? Anything else for the quarantinis?
No.
So we could hit them with a don't do that, because I guess I have one, a very just flat out simple one, Pat. Don't do that. don't go outside. All right, unless you fully essentially need to be there. Don't do it. Don't go see your boys unless it's on a nature walk. Don't work out with them. You're gonna work out and lift in your apartment. I hope that things open up again soon, man. But if you had to give a date where a restaurant next to you that you have a pretty fancy, famous restaurant next to you.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
Ruby Rosa. It's not fancy, but it's famous.
All right, whatever. If you had to put a date on when that restaurant would reopen again, when do you think they're going to reopen?
What's today?
Everything's good. Like, welcome back. This
March 27th. Probably June 1st.
I was going to say June 1 exactly.
Yeah.
But
June maybe 1. Earlier. Actually, maybe May. Maybe like May. Maybe beginning of May.
I would say June 1st, but also Trump being like, Easter would be a fantastic time for everyone to get together in church. Like, mate, Easter. When is Easter, dude? Like,
bro, God brought Jesus back from the dead on April. Now he's gonna bring the economy back from the dead on Easter.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be nice.
He's trying to one up God.
Who? Your
Trump.
boy, Donnie T. He's also trying to get reelected, man. And I don't think that he's going to get reelected.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Hopefully, with him, how he's been dealing with this, he's not going to get reelected, and maybe this will.
Like I was saying, the economy is the only thing he has to run on. So he's like doing everything he can to get people back to work and the economy back.
Yeah, man. Right. He's saying like the younger generation wants to go back to work. He suggested that we go back to work
in waves. Yeah.
13 days from now, because he said the other day, close to 2 weeks.
No chance that's going to happen.
Yeah, no chance that like people go back to work in 13 days. It would just re-aggravate it, and then we'd have that apex at a later date happen.
Yeah, man.
Well, Pat, this has been super fun, bro. We got together here in our own separate studios. It looks like you had set up this shot previously because it looks like a good shot. Yep. I most definitely set up my shot. Do you see how the pillows?
I took my kitchen table and brought it into the living room, and I have my TV on the floor, my big TV on the floor in front of me.
I did see that before. I just meant your background. I hadn't seen.
Oh yeah, no,
I saw your.
I set that up.
Obviously, nicely. Episode 30 here. What are we calling it? Quarantined up. Something like that. I don't even know. Episode 30. We'll figure it out after this. Pat, thanks so much for joining me, man. And you guys stay tuned for episode 31, probably in the same place. All right?
All right.